What you talking?
First opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, it's the Sunday night opener for the new NFL season between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They go play action now. Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. Etienne up the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Balaj. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now Lawrence on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this will remain a scoreless game. An opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 38, Watson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jags force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And some room to maneuver. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. 83 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. And you hear it all the time, but that's one of the dangers of the blitz. You get past that first wave, nobody else is there.
And when teams blitz, what they're trying to do is make you lose your poise, lose your timing and your tempo. But when you hold it together, you can really hurt them the other way, getting past that first wave.
Now Balaj. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the 1st down. They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's a give to Etienne. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in.
Yeah, the Jaguars are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And they'll run with Etienne.
And he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville.
Travis Etienne
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Jaguars use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson.
And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end.
Watson to Njoku there for the Cleveland first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Watson on first down. And he will find Scott on the right side, complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jaguars are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On second down, a run with Etienne.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
They go play action with Lawrence.
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram.
Picked off by Greg Newsom.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, 25 yards.
And the Browns strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Extra point by York is up and good.
And they take the lead here at 7-6.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield,
Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. On play action, Lawrence. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They'll try the air now with Watson. And they're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, Chubb
down to the 41.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. From the 41, Watson.
That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28. Watson drops it off for Chubb.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They set up the screen to Chubb. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. Back to throw, Watson. Caught on the slant. Touchdown. Robbie Anderson. A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is up to 8.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's going to float this one deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now Lawrence. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
A shotgun snap and again to Etienne.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there, and that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At the 40.
He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Faking the give. Now Watson.
Oh, Cooper with a nice grab.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The end result, 21 yards.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way and able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
And Chubb will try the middle here. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
153 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Milage. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that lead is back down to 9 now.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say,
taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Browns are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
A give to Etienne running right.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
He's going to air one out. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
169 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And this one is incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. On 2nd and 10, Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Buried behind the line by Shaquille Griffin on the corner blitz.
A 52-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 41, Lawrence. Flush to his right. Hits his running back, Pirine. Gets around him. And some room to work.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Another try after the 1st down sack. Lawrence being chased out left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. The Jaguars on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
ETN up the middle.
Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Browns are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
180 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper.
And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his third of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And now Watson throws another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jags are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. That's back-to-back drives that have looked pretty good. The offense was moving the ball, but in both cases, the defense comes up with a big INT to get off the field.
How about the layers of intrigue that continue to get added as we watch this game unfold? Both offenses, they're a little bit discouraged with how their drives ended.
He's got a man complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, 82 yards.
And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number.
Touchdown, Browns! A great effort there. 48 yards.
And the Browns are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. On 2nd down, Etienne once more.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Looking deep downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. And again, it's Chubb. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And Watson's going to throw it here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Throwing on third down, Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
From just shy of midfield, Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
On first down, Lawrence.
And now here is another interception.
And the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Well, partner, that'll do it. These week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have